this is my personal preference for the most romanceable out there. But the Highwayman is up there for me. Just from his sheer, you'd like a man that knows his craft, right, and knows how to do it well. And I don't think I feel like I'd always be safe with the Highwayman around. Like, I wouldn't have to worry for my life. I wouldn't have to worry about being attacked, or anything like that. So I feel like having the Highwayman around, he's gonna go in S for me. I know you guys are big on the Abomination. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't mind the Abomination when he's just a human. I feel like I could protect him. So I'm gonna put him in A, just as part of a compromise. Friends with benefits. Okay, so this is somebody that you'd just be like, I only want to have sexual intercourse with you. We'll go the whole Twilight fantasy, right? We'll do the FWB for the Abomination then. I like the Man-at-Arms, but I'm gonna put him in like C or D because he gives me fatherly vibes, not daddy vibes. I feel like I'd want him to protect me as a father, not as a daddy. Hold on, a message has to be approved for bullying. More of Gilf than a Dilf. Counterpoint though, Vestal. I feel like the Vestal is probably a perfectly normal and happy romantic partner. I've heard certain things about what she might write in her diary, so I'm gonna put her there. I wouldn't want to get. This just makes me hate the grave robber, doesn't it? I wouldn't want to get into the. If I was having a day, if I was at home, and I was being the proper house husband I was, which probably would be the situation here. I feel like when the grave robber came home, they would smell of death because they'd be robbing graves. I would struggle in a relationship. Yeah, equivalent of dating a garbage man, which is fine, by the way, if you date any garbage man, but just not for me. On the same vein as that, I feel like the Flagellant, although could be really good in this line, is not personally something I go for. So I think the Flagellant will be staying in C, mainly because I think they will absolutely stink, and also they never take off their mask, and that's, I'd like to look into the eyes of the person that I would be romancing. So yeah, on the same line though, Crusader, yes, he would be coming home in blood, guts and gore from defeating things, but I also feel like I would be protected with the Crusader as well. Yeah, I think Crusader, I can see the Crusader being loyal. I can see the Crusader being... Crusader ain't gonna cheat on me, unless he's gone away for crusading for a long time. I'm gonna put them, Shield Maiden, Snake Charmer, oh my god, I've forgotten her name. I'm gonna put her there. Because also, I feel like she is probably... she seems like she's probably quite sweet, right? From what I can tell from her traumatizing past, she's probably looking for somewhere to calm down and settle down. And I'm okay with that. That's fine by me. On the other hand, I'm not moving the Hellion, because I think the Hellion has heavy anger management problems, and we would get into endless fights. But for me, I'm where I do not want to be snapped like a twig. That is not my fantasy. So I'm keeping the Hellion on a D. For the same reason, I don't want to catch. I don't. This is probably very ignorant of me, right? But I don't. Lepers have leprosy, right? I think leprosy is contagious. I don't want to get leprosy, and maybe that's selfish of me. Fight for your life, daily experience, Lovers Edition. Yeah. I don't want to get leprosy. I'm gonna avoid the leper. Arbalist I think is perfectly fine. I think they're probably quite boring. I think they probably have a normal life as a guard, and I with their crossbow, and I don't think anything else goes on in their life, which is fine. I just would like a little bit more adventure in my life. But don't worry, the D tier isn't left alone, because I would hate to live with a jester that was constantly playing me music. Yes, they would de-stress me. this is true. But they also have a scythe and a dagger, and I feel like I don't trust the Jester's mental stability. I think the Jester's insane, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to leave the Jester in D, because I don't trust them. Houndmaster is going to go in A. They have a dog. I love dogs. I don't think I need to explain myself much further. They have a dog. I like dogs. He's a man. He's got a strong, stable income. He's a lawman, or he was a lawman, but he's had a strong, stable income. These are all good things, in my opinion. So yes, I'm happy with with the Houndmaster being as they are in A. So for the Bounty Hunter, I'm going to put them in B, but I'm going to put them above the Arbalist, because I think they have the same sort of thing that the Houndmaster has going on, right? With a strong, stable income, a good job, but I also feel like I might not see them. If they leave for a long time, I feel like they'll leave for a long time, and the job of a Bounty Hunter is more dangerous than a lawman. But I'm at the point in my life where I want stability. And I think the Bounty Hunter can give me that. I just think I'll be worried every day. Antiquarian. I'm half tempted to put them up here. They have a good life. They're probably rich. They've got nice incense that they can put around the house. It will smell lovely. They look quite cozy and warm. I can imagine spend a lot of time with them in the winter months. I can see the advantages to the Antiquarian. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put them in S tier. I like money. And I feel like that they would be great for money. Plague Doctor is going to stay in D tier. I don't want to get a disease. But I'm sure the Plague Doctor is a laugh, and I'm sure I'll be good friends with the Plague Doctor. The Occultist, I can probably find some common ground with the Occultist. I like Lovecraftian fiction. I like stories of things that go beyond them, and I also like writing. And one day I want to be a screenplay writer. And I feel like the Occultist could give me some really good story material. Yeah, probably would enjoy D&D. That is true. So yes, I'm gonna keep the Occultist there. The Caretaker is quite clearly in the Friends with Benefits, right? What do we think we're doing in the Hamlet all the time? He's basically our living roommate, right? He's using up our fridge. He's eating our food. Yes, he's bringing a lot to the situation, but I don't think he's staying there rent free for nothing. So the Caretaker's gonna go in the Friends of Benefits category. The Hag is going to be a D. Hold on, I need to put a new category in. The Siren is going to go with the Friends of Benefits sometimes, because I think sometimes the Sirens would be would be fine to be Friends of Benefits with, but only the times where that would be okay. When they're not in their normal form. Okay, the Abbot. I'm gonna say kind of the same idea as the Vestal, right? But I'm gonna put him here. Strong, stable job, has employment, has a home, is probably good to make conversation with, probably okay to talk with. You can probably tell him his deepest, darkest secrets. I think he's okay as long as he can marry. That would be fine. I'd be fine with that. I actually do think that I do think having a dangerous to be around category isn't bad. I think I will say I would rather die. Okay, the Hag is I would rather die. The Ancestor, I would rather die than be with the Ancestor, because we know what happens to the Ancestor and we know he goes insane. I also don't trust that the Ancestor is gone. Personally, I don't know. I feel like he might still be around because he's still speaking to us in our head. I feel like he's manipulative and controlling. I don't like the Ancestor. My opinion has not changed about this. There we go. We found someone I like more. I dislike more than the Grave Robber. It's the Ancestor. Blacksmith is going to stay in D. For no particular reason. I like that he has strong employment and stuff. It's just that he's a little bit on the older side. and isn't necessarily massively attractive. So that's my opinion on there. I think these two would be in strong employment and would be very, very capable at doing their jobs. It depends. I mean, they're coming in images too, so if they come as a package deal, I'm not complaining. Is all I'm gonna say. But these two are fine, and will be staying in this position. I would rather die than be with the guy that gouged his own eyeballs out, or the guy that had his eyebrows gouged out and has now gone insane. I would rather die than get into a relationship with that man. That is danger. Okay, I'm gonna put them here alongside the abbot. Strong, stable income. I imagine they travel around a little bit, so I can probably see the world a little bit. I feel like staying in the dungeon, in the hamlet, isn't a good idea. I feel like it's dangerous. I can see the advantages to being with this person. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. I feel like this person the mental health nurse and the disease nurse cares a lot about mental health and such. I don't think I could deal with having to. I don't think I could have a relationship with someone that deals with that on a daily basis. So she can fix me. Love it. So for me, she's going to stay in D. But yeah. On the other news, strong, broody, silent type that teaches me how to. Oh wait, no, hold on. I thought of a sudden problem with this one. Strong, broody, silent type, great. Oh no, I know it. There we go. I hate the outdoors. I don't like going outside. I don't like camping. I don't like nature. I really don't like camping and stuff. They probably love it because they're the camp skills person. So they probably love going outside all the time. They probably love living in nature, and they're probably like, the trees are so lovely. I like staying inside. But I feel like I would rather. I'm happy to spend time with them, but not necessarily on a daily basis or in a relationship, because I think we'd kill each other. I think I'd be annoyed with them. I don't like touching grass. I refuse to touch grass, unless we're rolling around on the grass. Anyway, who's this? This is the barkeep. I'll put him in B. Strong, stable income. I'm alright with the barkeep. I like alcohol. The only problem is I would be around alcohol all the time. I'm not necessarily great at controlling my addictive habits. I already smoke. I don't need another addictive habit. And providing that the ghoul is not violent, I would be fine just to leave them there. If they are violent, they're going to go into the rather die category. So I'll leave the ghoul in D, and I presume that the ghoul is being nice. And perhaps they could be in this, depending on how they are. But yes, this is my tier list of relationships / fuckability, I suppose. What do you all think? Yeah, the goal is lucky to be in the position that they are in.